Thanks for joining us. So we generally have people from all over the globe. So it's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. It's 5 p.m. here in Ireland, where we are based. Martha's actually based on the Camino near Astorga. And so this webinar, we're going to really actually a little bit of a change from what we normally do. What we're going to do is we're going to go through, show you our website, go through it, how to make a booking, how to interact with the website, and what you see after you make a booking, and how you use your online tour portal. But we'll give you a quick introduction first. If you want to move on to the next slide, please, Martha. Yep. So at CaminoWays, if you just go on to the next slide, that's fine. Sorry. So at CaminoWays.com, just a quick brief on what we do. So we offer walking and cycling experiences on most of the routes of the Camino de Santiago. That's all the popular routes, generally the French way, the Portuguese way, the Northern way. On that, we offer accommodation. That's always in hotels, so private ensuite rooms. You can pick between a single, twin, or triple room, and that's bed and breakfast, generally as hotels are. And we offer dinner in selected locations, but you do have the option to remove dinners or add dinners as you want. The luggage transfer is very important, so we offer luggage transfer. So while you walk, we pick up your bag from the hotel and bring it to your next hotel, so it's in the hotel when you arrive. And then we can add services like airport transfers, guides if you're a group, and the airport transfers are private. So we pick you up at the airport and bring you to your first hotel, or in reverse, pick you up and bring you to your outgoing airport. Generally, most people when they book with us, they're self-guided. So it's important you understand how to use our website and use all the information therein. And with self-guided, we have our tour portal, which kind of guides you through the trip and everything you need to know. We also do guided tours, and we'll have a bit of a surprise for you at the end of the presentation about our guided tours. But yes, guided tours are in specific routes and specific dates, usually about 16 people, generally from English-speaking world of Ireland, UK, Canada, Australia, America, come and join a group that is guided. And then we also work with groups. So if you happen to have a group out there that you want to bring along on the Camino, we work with you and tailor that tour to ensure that you can get from A to Z. While you're on tour, we offer a 24-hour assistance number. So if there's any issues that you may be experiencing, you can pick up that phone, call us, or WhatsApp us, and we'll help you out on the spot. Next slide, please. So really, just briefly, the Camino is generally based around Spain. And we have routes coming in from France and Portugal as well. We also do the Via Francigena in Italy. It's always worth mentioning that. So the Via Francigena is the Camino to Rome. It's a very long route, essentially from Canterbury in the UK all the way across France, over the Alps, down through Italy, and then into Rome. But most of that is not viable, so we only do the route from Siena down through kind of the central of Italy and finishing in Rome. So Siena to Lucca, then Lucca to San Miniato, and then San Miniato to Vertibo, and then Vertibo to Rome. Stunning route. Back to Camino, the Camino Frances, which is comes from France but starts in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, crosses the Pyrenees in one day and works all the way across kind of central northern Spain, through stunning places like Pamplona, Burgos, Leon, Logroño, coming to the last 100, Sarria to Santiago. And then the Portuguese way, obviously coming up through Portugal from Lisbon, but generally from Porto is the most popular. And you can do that in one of three ways now. There's the Portuguese Central Way, which is just obviously off the coast, coming through the rural hinterland, through Portugal, across the border, and then finishing in Santiago. Then they have the coastal way, which obviously works its way up along the coast from Porto. And then as you come over the border into Spain, you have another couple of days, and then you cut inland into Santiago. And then what's known as the spiritual variant, which there's a big estuary just by Vigo, where you find a boat that's there waiting for you, and you have a day of getting a boat down the estuary towards Padron. And that's a very traditional sacred route, because as legend would have it, that's where St. James was sailed down the estuary where to continue his work to spread the word of the gospel. And then we have the northern way, coming along the north coast of Spain from San Sebastian, Santander, Bilbao. Again, stunning highlighted cities, fantastic area for food. If you like your food, definitely do the Camino del Norte. And that works its way along the whole coast of Spain and then eventually cuts down towards Santiago. And then people who like to do something a little bit different, maybe they've done a Camino before. We have the Camino Finisterre coming from Santiago de Compostela out into Finisterre onto the coast. And then we have the English way coming from the north coast down to Santiago. So there's lots and lots and lots to choose one. And you'll see from when I hopefully go through the website that everything can be broken down into what you would like to do. All right. Do we have another slide? Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch onto my screen now. So I'm just going to share my screen if that's all right. So can you just confirm, Martha, that that's sharing?
Yes, sure.
Perfect. So to the main part of the presentation now really is about how to book your Camino. And like everything these days, everything is done through websites. While I would be quite traditional and I like the human touch as well, which we try to offer that through our website and also through our expert staff. But what I'm going to run through quickly is all the kind of items of a website, and every website will have a top line menu. And on this, you can see we have all the Caminos listed. So Camino Frances, the Portuguese, the Camino in Italy, the Via Francigena, the Del Norte. So all the popular ones. And if I just pop into the Camino Frances, you'll see we'll get a bit of brief of information what the what the route is all about, a little map throughout the whole route, and then essentially just some information. Now, I suppose what's the most important thing is we've broken down into what we call the packages on the Camino. So a lot of people, when they come, they'll walk a week. And the most popular Camino that everybody walks, what most people walk, would be Sarria de Santiago, last 100 kilometers. So you can click that and you'll immediately be able to create a quote. I'm not going to do that just now. You also have the full Camino from Saint-Jean to Santiago de Compostela. You can see it's 35 nights, 772 kilometers. So that's a big commitment for everyone to do. But you can break everything down. And with our system, you can tailor where you want to start and finish. So while these packages are here, you don't have to follow the packages. You can actually go in, create a package, and pick where you start and where you finish. But some people take these as well. And we also have collections. So walking the last 100, cycling the last 200, the full Camino Ways, easy walking families, and all the Camino collections. So again, these are just little packages that we've picked, and you can go in and you can create an itinerary straight from them. I just want to show you all the Camino routes here, and this gives you the map that we had in the presentation. And if you scroll down, you'll see again we have a lot of packages set up that are ready to go, and I will go through one in a second. But if you keep scrolling down, you'll actually come across a list of every Camino we have: the Camino Frances, the Camino Portuguese, the Del Norte, the Primitivo, the Via de la Plata, the Chem de Puy, which comes through France, the Inglés, and so forth and so on. So all the routes are actually here listed here. If you click into any of those, you can start building your itinerary. To give you an example, I'll click into the Camino Frances. It brings you back to the page I just showed you. And from here, we can actually go in and let's say we want to do Sarria at Santiago. So it gives you a little bit of brief about what it is, the distance, the number of nights, again, which can be tailored, how difficult it is. Most Caminos would be classed as, let's say, moderate walking. So not too difficult, but not essentially too easy either, but definitely moderate walking. The average walking day is usually around 20 kilometers. Year round is open. And it says get your price from the planner. But before you do that, you can come in and get an overview of the route. Just click on each item, is going to bring you up the itinerary map. And these maps are here for every route. And the map you can see is actually interactive. You can run your cursor along the map, that's Sarria there, and run along. It actually gives you so yeah, it's coming through there now. It actually gives you the ascents and descents, and you'll see where it's paved and unpaved. And generally, it just gives you a lot more information about the actual route itself. And that's the whole Camino. And you can see as I move this, it moves along here as well. So that's very important. Gives you a little brief of the accommodation we offer. Accommodation obviously is hugely wide ranging because you're with a Camino 6 nights. We have multiple hotels in each location, but just gives you a little bit brief about the type of hotels we offer. Generally, people go for standard, but you can upgrade to superior or what we call country cottages. Access gives you information of how to get there. Vitally important. no route works unless you can actually get there. So this gives you information on the best airports for each area. And every Camino package we have has this information specific to each area. And then what's included, what's not. So generally, it's an FAQ about what you can get on the route and what you can't get, essentially. So that's really the overview. And again, what's important here, it gives you a breakdown of the day. The days, so Sarria to Portmarin, 22 kilometers, a little brief about the day. But you also get that when you make a quotation. So back up to here, you can see get your price on our Camino Planner, and you just click that, and you come into the part of the website where you can make your plan here. There's another way of doing that. Plan your Camino here. That's going to bring you into what we call the quick planner. And this is probably where most people would make a quote. So I'll just go through each of these points really quickly. So with this, you have the Camino ways, so the ways of the routes, and you can pick any route you want. All the routes are in here. So we picked the Camino Frances. You can pick your start date. So any start date is open on the Camino Frances. So you can pick any date you want, any year you want. You can go right up to 2027, 28. Generally, people will book a year in advance sometimes. Um, so we are starting to get bookings for 2027. But let's pick June the 5th, let's say. The accommodation type, so standard, cottage, superior. We'll keep with the standard. Um, you can pick any location you want to start, and these are all the main stages of the Camino. When I say stage, generally it starts in a major town or city and then ends in a major town or city. But we're going to stick with Sarria. We're going to walk, and we're going to have 3 passengers. So we create the route, and immediately we see here we have our itinerary that's set out for us. That is walking. We're in standard accommodation. We're starting on the 5th of June, and we're going from Sarria to Santiago. Now, there's one day in here where it's 28 kilometers. It's a little bit long for me because my knees are a little bit sore. So I actually want to split this 28-kilometer day in two, and I can add in this town called Melide. And that actually adds another walking day, but also splits your kilometers in two. So you can really play around with your itinerary, add in days that are available or take off days you're available. You can also add transfers, airport transfers. So if I'm flying in from Santiago Airport to Santiago Airport, I can add that in. Same with here. And so then it's all quite simple. You can add dinners in or take it away, add your luggage transfers in or take them away. If you're cycling, you can add a mountain bike, you can add an electric bike. Then we have tours in Santiago de Compostela that you can add in if you're staying an extra night. Generally, people might like to add something like a city tour or a tapas tour. Definitely for an extra day, you need the Finisterre day tour and other tours that we have. So that's generally how to make a quotation. And once when you have that done, you will get an email um, which looks like this. And obviously, I made this for myself. And this is actually emailed. This will arrive into my email. And this is a unique page for you. And you can share that with any other people you may be traveling with. And it's a preview of your booking. You've got a unique code, which is CWX and 7 numbers. And I'm the lead passenger, so I've got my name. And again, it tells me the same information that I'm walking from the 5th of June for 7 nights, and generally my name is walking. I can print the itinerary here as well, which is kind of handy. But down here is important. It gives you the days. If you click on each day, it's going to give you that little bit more information. It's telling me I'm in standard accommodation. I've got breakfast and I have an airport transfer as well. And then on the next night, it's telling me I'm still in standard accommodation in Port Marin. I have breakfast, but I also have dinner, and then I have luggage transfer. And then it gives you a brief of what's included and what's not. Very important that you read through all of this when you get it. So you're just picking up the information. You can see these are all linked as well. So you can click that. It's going to tell you about the accommodation that we offer and your online travel documents. I'll come back to that in a second. How the luggage transfer works, dinners, bike rental, everything. So it does have information that will apply. Now, obviously, the most important thing is the price. So we can see that we've got prices here, and for a single and a twin room, and then it even shows you how much you need to pay for deposit. So if I wanted to pay for the deposit, I would just click here, pay now. It'll bring me into our payment portal where you just enter your credit card details, make that payment. Everything we do is in euros, and you can see the euro prices here because we're based in Europe. We do offer a currency. Um, we do offer the price in your currency. So this is USD, United States dollars. It's just for your convenience to see what it is. Now that is index linked. It may not be 100% accurate, and obviously currency will fluctuate quickly and quite dramatically sometimes, depending on what's going on. So you need to be careful that is not the price you take. But everything is this is the stable price. That's the price that remains the same, never changes unless you make changes to your itinerary. And when you're paying something in another currency, you should always pay it in that currency so then you don't incur fees. And you can change that currency to sterling, to Canadian dollars, to Australian dollars. So it gives you the price in your currency, but it's just for your convenience. Now, if I wanted to edit this itinerary, I'll just use the buttons here. They're all over the place. You can edit itinerary here. You can edit the itinerary by clicking here or even manage the booking here. But we'll click this, edit the itinerary, and I can change this to cycling. I can say that I actually want 2 single rooms and 2 twin rooms because more people have decided to come. And I can actually change my starting point and say I want to cycle from Pomferrada. And so it does this very quickly, very easily. You can really play around with your itinerary. I can save that and immediately updates everything that I'm actually cycling now. See, it says cycling. I'm going from Pomferrada, so it adds a lot more days on, and it changes up everything, and um, that is all good. So, yeah, as you can see, it's very interactive, very adaptive. You do get all this information back to you in an email. You can share this link, the tour summary, with all your travel partners, the people who are traveling with you, and they can't make any changes. Only the person who owns the account can. So that's very important as well. And then once when you make a quotation, then you come into what we call our travel portal. And with that, we'll hopefully be able to see one here. So these are all our travel documents here. And actually, what I'll do is I'll log in. So this is where you will see all your bookings, all your quotations, everything that's active or not active. So this is just a sample account that we have. And we can see that we have 11 active bookings, 6 quotes, 3 expired quotes, and 8 cancel bookings. So this is a kind of our play account, if you like. Um, if I wanted to look at my bookings here, this menu at the top again is very important. And this is where your tour portal is essentially, or all your tour information. It's your private information. It's your account. No one else can see this other than you and any of the other members of your group that we enter onto that. Um, and I suppose this menu up here is very important because it gives you all the information you need for traveling. So the pre-departure information, and this is a lot of information. So it's your table of contents. In here, it explains what the travel documents are, how the airport transfers work, luggage transfers, accommodation, bike rental. So it's a huge amount of information, again, with a lot of links to navigate to everything, to more further information. And you can see accommodation, bike rentals, travel guides as well. It gives you information about travel guides. A lot of people ask us, do you provide a blow by blow, point by point information? We don't, because we provide live mapping, which I'll show you in a second. But we do offer a free download guide, so you can click this, and then it gives you the full Camino guide, if you like, and you can zone in on the information that you want, and then you'll have it. But you'll have to print that yourselves because we're completely print less. We don't print any paper anymore whatsoever. It's trying to save the planet. So everything is online. We also have a discount code with Cicerone guidebooks. Cicerone is a fantastic, they do guidebooks for pretty much all over the world. We've worked with them for a very long time, and their guidebook for the Camino is, probably one of the best. So with this discount code, you have a voucher code, CaminoWays25, you get a 25% discount off your Cicerone guidebook. So I think that's an excellent tool as well. But we do have live navigation maps. So how this works is that we have all the details here about how to download the map. So you can download the route map here, and that you can download it onto your Android or your iPhone. And then it tells you how to use offline Google Maps as well, so you're not using any data when you're in the location. So just click this link on your phone, and it'll download straight onto your phone, and you will get a live map of the Camino. So if you look here, hopefully this works. Probably not because I'm on my computer, so we won't do it. But essentially, you just need to zone in on the route you're doing, and you appear as a dot on the route. And then as you walk the route, obviously, you'll see the dot move along the route as well. If you go off the route, the dot will go off the route, and you'll know you're lost. A lot of people get lost in the Camino. It's part of the fun. Just turn around and go back to a point of where you know you weren't lost. And the locals are very helpful as well. When you do get lost, they generally start pointing and shouting at you in Spanish. They're shouting at you nicely, by the way. And then we also have just information. You can buy gift vouchers for people, and of course you can get a quote whenever you want, which brings you back to our quote page here. Um, so if I look at a live booking here, I can go in and see the booking, and in here as well. So this is actual live booking. It's fully paid, and then I can see all the information about the booking. I can see the hotels. So the itinerary information you can see here. Again, you can tap into each day. It's going to give you information about what's included. Generally, again, it comes down here. You'll see all that. It gives you information about your transfer as well. We will ask you to give us your flight details, your arrival flight details if you're flying from the US going through Madrid into Santiago. It's the Madrid to Santiago details we really need. That gives us, then we can link to that flight, and it gives us, we can track when the flight's arriving if it's delayed or anything like that. And then it gives you the details of each hotel you're staying in. And I know it doesn't have it here, but it will have it on yours. The location of the hotel, the name of the hotel, the phone number of the hotel, the website of the hotel, and a link to the map of the hotel as well. So that's very helpful, how the luggage transfer works. So it gives that information on each day. It gives you your rooming as well. So if you have lots of people traveling, as there is in this, it'll give everyone's details of the rooming. And if you're cycling, we do require your bike heights as well. Um, so that's essentially it. There's a couple of other things I just want to say about the website before we come back to the questions. A website has over 800 pages of information, which we've built up in over 15 years of business. And that information is all very relevant to what hopefully people ask us or need to know or what they want to know. And our website is a great utility for that. And we have two ways to search that. We have the little magnifying glass up here, and you can ask that magnifying glass a question, and it's going to give you the answer from within our website. So if you want to ask about dinners dinner on the Camino, you can just type in dinner on the Camino. It's going to give you options which are directly from our website. So you can see it's all linked, CaminoWays.com, food, vegetarian options. That's an interesting one. So food and vegetarian options on the Camino. This is written by Carmen. It was updated last in 2024, so it's probably need to do an update on that, but maybe not. But it gives you just general information, food and vegetarian options, type of food you have, and so forth and so on. If you had a question about, let's say, the pilgrim passport, and I know this was updated recently by Martha. Sorry, pilgrim passport. And there we are. So there, and that's going to give you information just about what the passport is, where you can get it, what is the passport, where I can get my passport, and just a few little notes and details about it. So it's all very, very detailed, and you can throw a question at me. Hopefully, it's going to give you back the answer. We also have AI, and this AI is connected into our website. It's not connected to the World Wide Web. And if you just press this little box here, you can ask this the same kind of questions, and it is going to give you the same kind of answers. So that's very important. And Plan Your Camino brings you back to your how to creating an itinerary for that. We are always available, and that's very, very important. Am I still sharing, Martha? We are always available. And I think that's very important. So, as I said at the start, I'm quite traditional. I like everybody to be able to contact us, like this webinar. So, we offer um, many ways to contact us, and you can see there's a big contact us tab here. So, you can talk to us, you can send us an email info at CaminoWays.com. Any questions you have, if you have created an itinerary and you need to tailor that itinerary or update that itinerary, you can send us an email. We will probably send you an email anyway because we will have seen that you have created an itinerary. You can call us. We are based in Ireland, so it's an Irish phone number 00353. We are in the office 9 to 5, available on the phone. It can be busy at times, so if the phone isn't answered, please forgive us. Send us an email to info@CaminoWays.com with your phone number and the time that's good to call you. We will call you back. Or you can schedule an online meeting. So exactly like this, you can have a one-to-one with myself or one of our team, and we'll talk you through everything as well and talk to you about your Camino, about any changes you want to make, answer any questions that you may have, dispel any worries you may have. And you can just click here. You can see that you can click here and you book an online meeting with our sales team. And that's kind of throughout the whole journey with us from start to finish. So hopefully, when you're planning, when you book, before you travel, and then we have our assistance phone number while you're traveling, which is accessible on phone and on WhatsApp. And yeah, so I think that's hopefully generally about it. I hope that was informative